So before the trip even starts, it always is 2 to 3 days of figuring out what I'm going to put in the van, mainly clothes, shoes, and coats, and then getting it loaded up. It tends to sit in a big pile in my house while I think of other things that I need to bring. Today, it is quite the windy, blustery day. It's not expected to be like this in North Carolina, which is where I'm headed for this first trip of 2023. So I think one thing that I've learned in all my packing and unpacking of this van with my trips is that I don't tend to wear everything I bring. Like on a normal vacation, I can't bring all that stuff. You bring like half of what you think you're going to need, because chances are you're just going to rewear a few things. You're not going to hit the majority of those items. You don't have anywhere to store it. What I do also ahead of time is I have a few items like my USB charging lights that I will take in the house and charge, so I don't have to do it on the road. This is for my lantern. I also charged my vacuum because I've been using it quite a bit. If you've seen my other videos recently, you know I've just redone this van. So this will be the first time I'm heading out with the new layout to see how it goes. It's always exciting to get everything together and, you know, get my mind right as far as what I need in that list and such. It's also a bit stressful. I don't like to constantly make sure I don't forget anything, that I have it. What if I forget a pan? I would much rather go to the thrift stores, as I just did yesterday. I bought a new pot yesterday. I would much rather be very careful with my budget and stock the van so that I don't have to unpack it each and every time. It takes up time. It takes up like mental time and space, and I don't like that. It's much easier to grab my basket of clothes, which I have here, and just roll. Feels much better. When I get back, I just have to grab the clothes out of the dirty clothes or empty out what's still in my drawers and go back in, drain my water, dry it out. That's it. I like that. I hate packing and unpacking bowls and pans and things like that. It feels weird because I don't have my big cabinet in here this time. But ultimately, I never packed anything in that cabinet. That cabinet was never even touched. This should all be new space. I did have 2 large baskets that were under like the couch bed in the previous layout. So this is, I think I have about the same though. It's just in a different location. I have to get used to it. As far as clothes go, I am not the clothes guru, right? Like, I don't care what I wear. I don't really care what I look like. I mean, I'm camping, right? So I grab 3 outfits for 4 days roughly. And I'm wearing the 4th, I guess, for my travel. I may have to reconsider my clothes. Now that I have the composting toilet, I have one bin really just for my compost items. Maybe that won't work and I'll get that drawer back, but let's assume it works. I do have a large basket under the bed, which I will put probably, actually, yeah. I have 1 pair of jeans that if I go out to eat or I'm actually headed to a winery that I know of, that pair of jeans is for that. Otherwise, I will put my sleeping gear and my extra sweatshirt under the bed. Easy to get to. The other stuff I will keep up here. Don't look at my nether things. Try to keep it nicely packed. Keep my socks, I guess, in my drawer under here. Okie doke. Under here is that big basket. I have a small basket next to it with my camera items and such. My dog's dog food in that tall Tupperware container, and then my water bin to the far left there. So I am bringing out a few things that I can put in my refrigerator before it's even on. Some wine. Wine is huge, right? I don't need my peanut butter in my fridge. I do have some energy drinks because you need some energy sometimes, because you get out to the campground. You never sleep those first few days. You never sleep as well as you want to. It just is what it is. I do have some chocolates. These are my favorite chocolates. And a few slices of bread. So this is a dual sectioned Iceco freezer refrigerator. I don't use the freezer right now. My husband wanted a freezer because he loves ice cream. For now, it's just extra room. One interesting thing that I did find at the thrift store is I was trying to figure out an actual way that I could put a table in here, some type of table, build a table. And I'd actually step back for a second. I actually went to Lowe's and I grabbed the round piece of wood that people make Lazy Susans from. I was going to stain that and make a table out of it. Then I go to the thrift store and I find this amazing treasure right here. This table was $5.99. It is on a little adjustable, it kind of does a tilt thing for if I have a computer open. Otherwise it's flat, it's very light. It has these 3 legs, which I have hooked with some J-hooks, just with easy bungees that they can pop right off. It'll go up or down. It's perfect. At least I hope it's perfect. I've actually just lowered the tabletop, so it's a little bit lower. And hopefully this will work for my purposes. So I'll fix the carpet right here too. All right, so my clothes are in here. Most of my food is in here. My water's filled. My tires are almost checked. My air pump died, so I got to work that out. And I don't have much else to worry about. I do need to grab my dog's brush because she is shedding right now. It's a mess. So that will come with us. Otherwise, ready to go.